Hi, welcome to Living Myth Magazine's coverage of NXT Takeover 2.
We didn't actually call it 2.
Didn't they?
No.
It's just, I thought it was Takeover 2.
No, it's like Takeover again. So 2 with 2 O's.
Son of Takeover?
Well, it's still Takeover 2, but, it's also...
Right.
So...
Salty Feet, I'm Aaron Golden. He, of course, is the writer of the 3 Count. I own the site. Both of us are wrestling fans, so we covered NXT Arrival. We had some camera difficulties with NXT Takeover 1, and now we're going to do NXT Takeover again. The revengeing of NXT. I don't... Yeah. How about Raw? That sucked.
I didn't even bother watching it because I could hear suction from whatever city they were in.
Yeah.
Stuck my head out the window and there was a lot of wind just headed towards the arena.
Yeah, I don't...
Hey, Jerry Springer, right?
Fuck.
He's super relevant in 2014.
Like, it just... Here's the thing, like they're fighting... Apparently the NXT people are fighting to maybe get on the main roster. And I kind of hope they don't. And the reason I say that is whenever somebody moves up to the main roster with, like, very few exceptions, they suck. Like, they're either jobbed out or they're handled wrong by an incompetent booking staff. Like, CM Punk has just nailed that with the idea of you give them gold and they give you shit.
If it was 2 months ago, I would have said, oh, well, Bray Wyatt, the Wyatt family, they went from NXT and look how great they are. They didn't change the gimmick, they didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Less so now. They've definitely sputtered to a halt.
But it's not even that. It's you can have... The thing they're not getting about the Wyatts is you can have the Wyatts lose. Because with Bray is unique in that his win-loss record is never going to mean anything. It's the effect that he has on the people that he fights. So, his first feud, say, with Kane was gone. And then when Kane came back, he was corporate Kane.
Right.
The next feud after that was The Shield, and The Shield turned face. Feud after that was Daniel Bryan, and the entire point of their thing was you need to tap into this more animalistic side, otherwise you're never going to go anywhere, and Daniel Bryan did that and went on to become the champion.
I think the animal that they were trying to bring out was Dave Bautista, so he could win the title away from Mr. Bryan.
Yeah, I understand that, but storyline-wise, you had this very strong narrative drive where Bray becomes an agent of change, which totally ties into his whole thing. And then you had him fight John Cena. And Cena is never going to change. That's the entire point of Cena. He is a static force that will consistently be on top, and he's reliable, but it's not a good person for Bray to fight, except you then had him just totally get destroyed by Lesnar, which I'm okay with. But the Jericho feud, like, what the fuck's the point?
But I think eventually you have to get to that point. I mean, I see your whole idea about Wyatt being the agent of change, but you can't have people turning allegiance every time they face this guy.
Well, it's not that they turn allegiance...
Or, they can't have these major character changes just because they fought Bray, right?
See, that's... You could, but you need a competent booking staff to do it. And they don't have one. So... we're kind of where we are because the booking staff is terrible.
Right.
Like, just terrible. And then you watch NXT, and from week to week, it's consistently good wrestling. You have logical progression of characters, and everything makes sense. So it's much better wrestling than the main roster. So I'm much more excited about this than I am, say, Night of Champions.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Night of Champions, I mean, you're going to have a lot of rematches.
Yep.
You're going to have another John Cena-Lesnar match. And the first one was great because it was so different.
Yes.
It was,
goodbye.
16 Germans and 2 F5s, and that's it.
Yeah.
This is going to be a competitive, back-and-forth, regular John Cena match.
I really hope it isn't. I hope Lesnar just murders him again.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
I'm pretty sure I will be, because it's the modern WWE booking staff, and they're goddamn terrible. Whoever told Nikki Bella that she can act was lying.
I don't know if anyone ever told her that. I think they told her, go out and act. I'm not sure if anyone ever said that you can do a passable job at this. Just you're going to do it on television.
Yeah. like the entire booking of that angle is weird, and in the meantime you have this incredible angle between Paige and AJ that is now taking a backseat to the Total Divas bullshit. And like, really, guys, this is what we're going for?
That's a business, though.
You know,
I mean,
I understand, but there's ways to tell that story, and they're failing to tell the story properly. Like there are so many different ways that you could be telling the Nikki, the Bella story thing, and make it work. Because it's not, in context, it's not a bad story. It's a good concept. The same way that Metroid Other M, is a good concept, but a terrible fucking story, because the execution is so shit.
well, if
yeah.
you had, Cena and Bryan in the respective corners, and they started, taking their wives, girlfriends, sides, and, there was a bit of tension between them, but they both have a lot of stuff on their plate right now, and you can't really have them dividing focus. You could.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be the reason. I was too busy focusing on you to fight Lesnar.
Yeah.
Your titty baloney has gotten in my face, and now I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm getting beat up and losing championships and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. I actually wouldn't want to see that, because if there's like an actual legitimate healthy relationship, having that stuff fall apart on screen is something we've seen happen one time too many. So if they've got a healthy relationship off camera, let that shit stay off camera.
I guess.
Because I don't want another, like, Karen Angle.
Yeah, nobody wants another Nancy Benoit.
Yeah.
But I think...
Well, Nancy Sullivan even back in the day, right?
Well, that's what I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, not obviously that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Sullivan-Benoit switchover, which is, hey, you ride... My wife will ride with this other wrestler because we're supposed to be...
Well, Terry Runnels.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, it's just one of those things that consistently happens. So why let it? Why continue to perpetuate that?
I'm surprised Booker and Sharmell did so well.
Yeah, really. But I think they never actually... There was never any on-screen tension between the two of them, from what I recall. Like, they were always backing one another up, right? So Sharmell was never, like, riding exclusively with some other dude, like, say, Lita and Edge.
Yeah, well.
But, to be fair, Matt Hardy.
That had nothing to do with Edge. Had nothing to do with Matt Hardy. I think it's just an intrinsic thing in Lita's personality. From what I understand in ECW days.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a...
At the same time, though, Lita's fantastic. And
Oh, hey.
No, not throwing anything.
I mean, I wouldn't want to date her, but she's a heck of a performer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. Of course I would.
Uh-huh. Just calling you on your bullshit.
I said I wouldn't want to. Not that I wouldn't.
Okay. This pay-per-view.
Yes.
Or free-per-view.
You have to pay to get it.
Yeah.
Unless you torrent it, like a pirate.
Yar. There was a thing. What was the thing? What are you looking forward to on it? What match are you...
I'm really looking forward to Charlotte and her title defense, and the Fatal 4-Way should be pretty top shelf.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know what the other matches are on it.
There's
I haven't seen
the Ascension versus two luchadors, Kalisto and what's his nuts? Sin Cara. Although it's Hunico Sin Cara now, or
yeah, it's Hunico Sin Cara.
Yeah. I love the Ascension. I am a total mark for the Ascension. I completely love them. I've loved Conor O'Brien pretty much since I started watching NXT. So I am looking forward to that match. I think the Luchas are the wrong people to put in the ring with them, and I'm not looking forward to this match as much as I otherwise would be.
See, I will disagree with everything. I don't like the Ascension at all.
Yeah.
But I think if you're going to have someone in there with a couple big bodybuilder stiff schlubs, it should absolutely be the smallest, most flexible guys that know how to do backflips. So you can hit them with a lariat and they can just pinwheel out of the ring.
See, you can do that, but what about Gotch and the Vaudevillains?
Oh,
because the Vaudevillains would be a much better feud for the Ascension, and you can totally play up that idea of... Because if the Vaudevillains are going to win that match, it's going to be in like Eddie Guerrero cheat-to-win style fashion, and that always makes for a much more entertaining match than I think straight-out Lucha Libre style, flippy rigmarole, because I'm not buying Kalisto.
Well, I don't think you need to buy Kalisto. I think what's going to happen is he's going to hit a few big high spots, and then it'll be him, trying to do a crossbody, getting caught and slammed. trying to do a Hurricane Rana, getting picked up and powerbombed.
Yeah.
That's your classic small man,
And
big
big
muscle
man,
man
yeah.
thing. So,
But that's, again, like, it's the classicness of it is not something that I'm looking forward to. I would much rather see the more talented and polished teams.
no, but you're talking about an Ascension match.
Wow. Huh.
You need a minute?
No. I'm still like just a massive Ascension mark, and I recognize that there are flaws in their bullshit, but I'm a fan.
Okay.
The other matches are the hair match, which I'm not looking forward to in the slightest.
Who's in the hair match?
Enzo Amore and Sylvester Lefort.
I don't know who either of those people are.
Enzo Amore is the lesser talented person with Big Cass. He's 7 feet tall, and you can't teach that. And I'm a certified G, and you can't teach that. That's. Imagine the New Age Outlaws, but from Jersey. And one of them's really big, and the other one is smaller and kind of talented, but has an annoying gimmick.
Alright, I'm being told by our producer here that we are well past our time.
All right.
So, what other matches are there?
Just
missing
quickly,
anything?
no, we're Mojo and Bull.
Okay. That'll be a fun
Slaughter
brawl.
knocker?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe bowling shoe, maybe not, but
Yeah.
it'll be a good time either way.
yeah. Charlotte Bailey should be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
And
We're looking forward to that.
I think that's it. That's everything that's been announced.
Alright, well, we're going to watch this, and then we're going to come back with our thoughts.
Yep.